Hello, everyone, and this is a very special celebratory episode of Pink Sock Podcast. We lasted a whole year. Well, not a whole year. We started maybe back in March, I think. Don't quote me on that, but it's been an amazing year. We've had some great guests. Today is a day of celebration. If anyone in the chat wants to join us, you are more than welcome. Right now we have technical difficulties, so Tony is not with us yet. But in the chat will be the StreamYard link. You can just visit that. And also, I said at the beginning of the year, well, the first episode, I think I said this, that I'm getting a new mug, and I finally got it. So, yeah, thank you, Joe Bashir, for that. I'd like to say hi to everybody in the chat. Hi, Feta Rock. Hello, hello. I already said hi to you, Feta. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Anders. Kath is not with us, so she's here in spirit. So thank you, Kath, for all the amazing work you've done. I truly appreciate it. We've had so many great guests. I would like to bring some of you guys on so that you could tell me your favorite moments of the show, but we do have favorite moments of the show, some of my personal favorite moments, such as the time when your friend and my friend, Ryan Roxy, was on the show, and he told us his pink sock story. I think this is great. So without further ado, here's this great moment.
I will tell my pink sock story now.
Who is this guy?
It was on a tour bus, and it was Marilyn's tour bus that we were all on. And Marilyn had this assistant who also was named Ryan. So we were just sitting there talking, and somehow it got to the subject of sex, which is shocking, being around Marilyn Manson and then talking about sex.
That happens?
Very sexual being, Marilyn. So somehow the word kept getting tossed around, pink sock, and I was like, what is that? And he goes, oh, don't Google it. And then literally that night, when someone tells you not to do something, of course
you do it.
Of course, when you're on the road, someone says don't Google it, and you go back to your hotel room, and you know that you're staying over the night, and all you have is free internet on the hotel Wi-Fi, so they can't track your IPS or DNS number of what searches you're doing. You can go down that rabbit hole of pink sock, and apparently it's kind of like a rabbit hole, but
did you look up
rabbit hole?
Did you do Google Images, or did you just look up the definition?
Unfortunately, I did do images first.
Of course he did images first. With a pink sock. What better way to Google pink sock than with images? I love how Kanak was like, who the hell is this guy? Gotta love Kanak. And Federock, you're like, unt. No, it's not an unt mug. It's hard to see because I'm wearing a black shirt, but you can figure it out. What it actually says. Another funny moment that I loved on this show was our own Kath. She accidentally tried meth. This is Tony's favorite moment. and hopefully Tony can join us to watch this. But Kath accidentally tried meth, and I don't know how you accidentally try meth, but only Kath would accidentally try meth. And here's that moment. Hold on, sorry, glitching a little bit, but we are good. How about do you guys remember that when Kath tried meth? Anyone? Well, here it is.
Story that involves Kath.
Oh yes.
As long as it's not a Bill Cosby rated story.
Not a Cosby story. No.
Let's see if I'm allowed to tell it. Am I allowed to tell the story? It was an accident. All right then, missus. Here we go. Now, much as I've taken the mickey out of her on this podcast, I do completely love Kath. She's sort of, the light of my life.
Wait. And you actually said love and not thank you?
I was just about to say, if she said she loved me, Funky, I would say thank you. I'm not, what can I say? I mean, manners are free. That's why I use them all the time.
Fucking Robbie.
Yeah, it was an accident. Yeah, Robbie. Yeah, it was an accident. Anyway, so we're in Las Vegas, as you are. What happened was I'd gone to bed because I was smashed. And about 3 o'clock in the morning, I can hear this sort of creeping around going on. And Kath comes in and chucks a load of stuff on the bed and then, I don't know, passes out, whatever. I wake up and I'm like, what's this? And it's sort of a packet of cigarettes, some money, Krispy Kreme donuts, money, and a folded up piece of paper. You need some mantras. Look, you need to clean your chakras after this one, Mr. Cavani. You need to clean your chakras.
Before you continue,
anyway,
that's a typical excuse.
Absolutely. So anyway, there's this bit of paper, and I said, "What's this?" And she said, "I don't know. I was chatting to this guy, at a machine. We were having a chat, and she said, have you got anything for my husband?" Blaming me, of course. I said, "Well, what is it?" And I had a look at it. I thought, well, that's not anything I've seen before, and I've seen a lot. And I looked at it, and I thought, well, okay, I'll give it a quick dab. I dabbed it, and I said to her, if you ask me, that's crystal meth. She said, "Oh, right, great, crystal meth, fantastic." And I said, "I don't think you really understand what crystal meth is." I said, "Well, look, I can't just go out and say to people, this is crystal meth without trying it." So I took a proper dab. And the next thing I know, I'm up for like 4 days, going to all the machines. Yeah, I won.
Oh, fucking cat. Look who made it from Japan. I would also like to say thank you to Maskai or Marted or whatever you want to be called. I got sent this lovely message. I know you can't really read it on the screen there, so I will read it on my side for you guys. It says, sorry. "Dear Mike, you usually make jokes and make people laugh, but you are a kind person. When I first appeared on Ryan Roxy's live stream, Mike, you gave me kind words. Thank you for your help. I was very glad. I am so happy that I could become friends with you. Have a happy new year. Good luck with everything next year, Maskai." I truly appreciate that, Maskai. It means a lot to me, and I love each and every one of you. Hi, David Rattenberry. Thank you for joining. Since David the Rat is here, we do have a moment with him too. We're doing best of, so we're just playing the best of moments on this show. So one of the great moments of this show was when David was on the show. How many times am I going to say show on this show? No. By the way, Dave, I got my mug. We actually did for David. He is on the show Music Cribia, which everybody wanted back, and it was just a lot of fun to do this for him and with him. We did Pink Sock Trivia. I won't be able to play the whole thing because it's kind of long, but you guys will get a taste of it. You guys probably seen the episode. For those who haven't, go back. David was an amazing guest. I had a lot of fun with you, brother. We should definitely do this again sometime whenever you are free. So here we go.
Here. Are you guys ready? Do you guys have everything ready over there?
Ready?
Because
we're ready.
We're gonna change the setup here real quick. Let me get this here once it loads.
Vic,
This StreamYard thing's being slow today.
there we go.
It's so strange to be on this side of
There we
the
We're playing a little game of Pink Sock Trivia.
Oh, cool.
We had people send us videos that missed the show, and they want you and Tony to guess what riff. You guys are not against each other. You guys are a team, and you're going against the comment section. We will
Okay.
see.
This is cool.
We will see who wins.
By the way, just to let you guys know, I know I said an hour originally, but I'm good. Just keep going as long as you want.
Okay. So, Kath, you have the answers, right?
I have the answers.
Okay. I'm going to get them off the screen. They have the answers. They're keeping track of the chat. Here's the first one, our buddy Connect.
Hi Jay, this is Kanak.
I love Connect.
This is Kanak from the Voice It Show. I hope you're having a great time on the Pink Sock podcast. Hey, can you guess the riff? Is that a riff? Yes, it's a riff. Have a great time and enjoy.
But yeah, that was a damn good episode. I was going to play it all, but it's like pretty freaking long. But it was a great time because we got like Ryan involved, we got Robbie involved, we got the entire crew involved, and it was a lot of fun. And I truly appreciate everyone for doing that. Vic and Dave in the chats arguing. Sorry, it's not my fault. Pink Sock Podcast is more entertaining than your meetings. You guys are skipping your meetings and coming here. I'm gonna cause some issues within the RGA, but it's okay. It's okay. It's all in good fun. Before we continue this amazing celebration, all the great people are here. Hopefully more join us. We do have a guest next week. We have Anna of Rock Dance Theater. She is the first guest of the new year. So let's welcome her. I will have a flyer for that soon. But there is some funny ass moments on this show. Some with no guests, some with guests. Our first guest we ever had, it was a friend of mine, Justin Sanford of the band Neverwake. Now, when Justin was on the show, I asked him if he would have sex with actress Betty White. And yes, I did ask that. Fuck it, why not? But here it is.
Would you have sex with actress Betty White?
That's a question?
Would you? You have to, out of respect, right?
Out of respect. Well, probably. Oh, hi, wifey. Probably out of respect to the wifey. Out of that respect, probably not. But in that theoretical world, Betty White. I mean, I guess you'd have to if that opportunity presented itself, right?
Right. That's like being offered to see the Rolling Stones live.
I couldn't help but think of. You remember Lake Placid when Betty White is like, "If I had a dick, this is where I'd tell you to suck it."
That's fucking great. Where is Kanak anyway? And anyway, but yeah, actress Betty White. Would anybody have sex with actress Betty White in the chat? Let's get that being a trending thing. Hashtag sex with Betty White. No, but thank you all for coming. If you have not yet, please subscribe to the channel. Next year is going to be even bigger and better. Yes, go check out Ryan Roxy System 12. We're all on that. We're all learning how to play guitar. Me and Vic is learning. Since Vic is in the chat, we are going to do his best of moment. Oh, Dave tried having sex with Betty White and she turned him down. I'll try, buddy. If she's at any Comic-Cons when they come back, I will definitely try to have sex with Betty White. The Betty White BJ, yeah, she has false teeth. That would be great. But anyway, here is Vic was a great interview, but this was my favorite moment of the interview because we talked about doing a photo shoot together, which will happen, Vic. It will happen. One of us is going to be nude, either you or me. It doesn't matter to me who. So here we go.
So whenever we do a nude shoot, we're not
photographing nude a lot.
We're not specifying who's nude.
We'll both do it.
I was thinking about doing the pink sock thing, putting a pink sock on it.
I think that'd be pretty clever, actually.
Posing, and then doing another one holding a pumpkin for like Halloween.
Fucking Vic.
Yeah, we'll get together. We'll figure this out.
We'll figure it out. We'll make something fun.
I feel honored that I'm on your list of people you want to photograph.
Oh man, do I?
Oh.
I love that. Oh man, do I? I tried making some of these best of clips short because we have a lot to go through. But Vic, man, it was awesome having you on. Thank you so much for coming on. My pink sock. Wait, what? Oh God, I love it. This has been such a great show. Tony's not with us right now due to technical difficulties, but it's nice to it's nice to be here. But we have grown a lot over this period. Here's episode 3. My buddy Connor Brack, who hasn't been on the show in quite some time. I would love to have him back on. This is one of his first times, if not his first ever time on the show. He's a good guy. I hope to have him on again. If the fucking thing will work. Hold on. I love it. I fucking love. There we go. The craziness. Anyway, I thank you. Thank you so much, Danny. Let's get Danny's comment up. I'm running the chat and everything by myself today. But this is Connor. I asked Connor, it was the 3rd episode, if he's heard of a pink sock.
I actually had to explain it to Alex earlier. It was good. It was good.
Yeah, that's a good conversation.
That's a great conversation.
Out in the sun, having a nice drink. Just I'm gonna be doing this later. It's called the Pink Sock Podcast. Do you know what that is? Oh, yeah, it was great. You know,
have you ever seen a pink sock in person?
Oh, thankfully no.
Do you want to see one?
No.
Do you want to see one? Fucking Connor, man. He's a good dude. I met him at Louder Than Life a few years ago. Now, we can't do a Pink Sock Podcast best of episode without my buddy Nathan Kepner, who told us a lovely story. We asked him what the weirdest porn he ever watched was. And the weirdest porn he ever watched was unfortunate. I have asked this question since then. This is still the best answer I've gotten yet. So without further ado, here we go.
Before we went on the air, what's the weirdest porn you've watched? Let's ask the real questions.
We're going right into it, huh?
Let's ask the real questions. No music. Fuck that. We know you're in a band.
Well, there's a couple. There's the one, the weirdest one I've seen. The first one that came to mind was this lady was dressed up in this like alien outfit, but it was like it looked like a turd with a sideways head, kind of like E.T. but uglier. And this dude just goes to town on this alien poop, basically, from like the 1970s. Oh man!
Oh,
and I was young when I first saw that one. When I was young,
it's all grainy looking.
Oh yeah, and like the screen like does the little twitch, you know what I mean? So it's like trying to watch it, but the one that's that I'll never get out of my head was this guy had these two girls. He had them bent over on a bed, and he's eating them out. And then he takes one girl, and he flips her over on her back, puts her legs up over her head, and takes a pair of forceps and shoves them in her ass, opens them up, puts Fruit Loops and milk in, and then eats the Fruit Loops out of her ass with a spoon. My first thought was, I need to try this.
You need to try this.
I love Nate. I fucking love Nate. I feel like I'm watching an intervention where only the target shows up. If you guys want to be a part of this show, go ahead and click on the StreamYard and we can talk about great moments, or just if you want to thank for the episodes and if you want to talk about the show, whatever, it's right there. I would like to do this video next. I was fired from a job a while ago for sticking 8 hot dogs in my mouth. That is a fun situation that I was in. It was a very fun situation I was in. But here is me and my pal, Rocky Johnson, talking about it. And he still has yet to get it tattooed on his leg. If you don't know what I'm talking about, here we go.
I was adjusting myself. Just for you.
Appreciate it.
The last time I adjusted myself, this happened.
We're gonna take it out to my boy Caleb up at Route 60 Tattoo. I'm gonna get that tattooed on me.
Go ahead.
You watch, dude.
We're gonna do a live stream and have that happen. I just don't know when. I love this wouldn't be possible though if it wasn't for you guys, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you for allowing this to happen. We've had several people that have come on this show time and time again. This is the next one. I got to do a special shout out to this guy. He's been a great part of the show many times over. Here is the first ever appearance of our dear friend, as Knack calls him, the $10 Rock. He is the Grok. This is his first ever appearance on the show. Here is the debut of the Grok.
To another episode of Pink Sock Podcast. I am your host, and I am joined by Tony. Wait, what the fuck? Who's this guy? Tony, what happened?
What happened to my hair?
You went bald and you turned Australian. What the hell?
That was a great introduction to a good friend of mine. The Grok. I love him. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for such an amazing year. I cannot stress it enough. Like, I love each and every one of you. Thank you. The Grok did return a few times, and here's some of the best moments of Grok being on the show. Here's another good one. This is the second time the Grok has returned to the show. I'm not sure what shirt he's wearing there, but this is me and Grok and Tony talking about getting our prostate checked, because why not? Why not?
Have you ever had your prostate checked? I know none of you guys are 50, but
yeah, I'm not old enough.
I'm not old enough either, but I had some health problems and they stuck their finger up there, and it was.
Did you walk into the doctor and he's like, "All right, take your pants and put them over there next to mine"?
Yes, He was like, I'm going to stick my finger in you. I'm like, I came here to get a cavity checked at this dentist office, for God's sakes. And you're wanting to put your finger up my poop chute. You're looking for the wrong cavity. And he stuck his finger up there and he sent me back. He wanted to stick a GoPro up there, I guess. So he stuck the GoPro up there. It was weird. He gave me like this weird cocktail, and I passed out on a weird couch, and he stuck his GoPro on my.
That's why you started pooping Gatorade bottles for like 2 weeks.
That's so much fun. I have so much fun on this show. I really do. This is like my therapy. You guys don't even know. On the next in the next one, God, I'm having so much fun. Even with the best of episode, I'm having fun. This was the third time we had Garak on the show. Garak and I and Tony talked about sperm banks having curbside pickup. Trying to figure out how that would work. Without further ado, here's that one.
I forget. There's this one. It says sperm bank curbside pickup. And they're like, how does that work?
You jerking off in the car?
Just I don't know about you, but whenever I don't jerk off in the car, but whenever I do, I find it
You had to point out that you don't jerk off in a car.
Not all the time. Not all the time.
I know that he actually jerks off the car quite a bit.
There's nowhere else to go. Sometimes you have no choice when you're in McDonald's drive-thru.
Yeah.
Oh shit. It's been a fucking crazy year, ain't it? Pay at the next window. It's like a jerk off drive-thru. I just came up with an idea. I need to have a jerk off drive-thru. Like, or no, what? Go up to like the menu and you pick what kind of sperm you want, and you go up to what the fuck? It's a sperm McDonald's. What? I would like the one that has a predeposition for Whack Donald's. I want the baby that has a predeposition for diabetes and colon cancer, please. And pull him to the next window. A Whack Donald's. Fat Donald's. This is so good. If you guys want to come on the show, that's weird to say whenever I just said that. But anyway, if you guys want to come on the show, come on here. This is so much fun. Tony has a bit of a problem. He's missing a couple toes. We've mentioned it a few times on the show, but we did have a big Tony toe reveal on this show. You get to see his foot. Yeah. So here's a little bit of a thing for you guys. A little caution. If you get grossed out easily, it's not that bad, but here's his foot.
That we are going to mention your foot, and he asked what's wrong with it.
Trimming my toenails with a lawnmower, and the lawnmower won.
We've mentioned this several times on the show, but you need to show us.
You want to see this thing?
Yeah. Let's have a foot reveal.
Hey,
Sort of graphic warning.
if anybody's eating, stop it.
I finished my coffee, so it's all good.
There it is.
Whoa.
Best it'll get.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Thank you so much, Anders. I truly appreciate that. You need some pink socks. We should have pink socks made. I do have stickers being made right now. The last ones I had actually got lost. Vic's like, no, we need to do a photo shoot, a foot photo shoot, Vic, with Tony. Just him with sandals on. Like they're going to catch anything. Now, we've had a lot of great guests on the show, but when Mike Fasano was on in the trenches, he mentioned how he would tell his sack story if he was ever on Pink Sock Podcast. And guess who was actually on Pink Sock Podcast? Mike Fasano. So he actually told us his sack story.
I know you want to talk about this. I'll tell you how it happened. I went to a Catholic high school, literally just down the street from where I live now in Burbank, and I played sports, and I wasn't great. I was always like the second, third, fourth, fifth stringer. But eventually, I got to the varsity team with a couple of the guys that had played on the varsity team for years in my class, and one guy's name is Fernando Gana. Fernando was a chick magnet, probably still is. I haven't seen him. And Fernando, I was the guy who hung out with the jocks. I hung out with the musicians. I hung out with the nerds. I hung out with everybody. So I'm playing basketball. We would rehearse. We would practice in the morning before school, and then you have to take a shower. And I remember being in the shower with the guys. Obviously, it's a group shower. And Fernando turned to me and he said, "Holy fuck, Fasano, look at your sack." And I looked down, and this was the era of we used to wear Swatch watches, and I think they've come back, but these little watches. So I took my sack and I draped it up over by my Swatch watch, and I said, "What, this thing right here, this thing?" You know what I mean? This thing. And so that's kind of where the name came from, and that was a joke. And then it evolved.
If you want to hear more of the sack story, go over and check it out on my channel. But that was fucking great. Okay, Vic, we'll do it. We'll do a photo shoot on Tony's foot. Fuck it. But yeah, like, oh, that sack story. He even draped it on a porn star's forehead. But I love you guys. Don't forget to spread the word of Pink Sock for next year, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Now, we had a great guy on the show. We've had a lot of great guests, but this guy makes shrunken heads, and he also runs a very haunted bar in Vegas. Brandon Powers. Now, he also with the shrunken heads thing, he explains how he gave head to celebrities. Let's take a look. I saw that you do shrunken heads. When did that start?
Well, yeah, I just got this idea. I just wanted to, you got the Chinese theater in Roman's Chinese theater in Hollywood, and I just, wanted something to like lure in my idols and be able to give them a little head in front of large groups of people, and it's been a personal fantasy of mine for a long time, and I have that ability to do that. So I've been able to give head to, let's see, I've of course, the Vinnie Paul thing, and we'll talk about the Vinnie Paul story. Marky Ramone of the Ramones, Rob Zombie, Rod Stewart, Rich Little. I mean, we got Cher. We got I like over like 100 heads right now. So
you gave head to Rod Stewart,
dude. Who hasn't?
You gave head to Rod Stewart. That was a great episode. Andrews is right, so go check it out. It was great. I love Brandon. He did a great job. He's a great sport, and I hope our paths cross whenever I make my way to Vegas. Thank you, Danny. I've been told I look good in makeup, mostly women's makeup. Wait, what? 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 On this show, I like to try to get people over their nervousness, their anxiety, because I have anxiety, and this show has helped me overcome some of my social anxiety. I still have some, but this is me. So that was you in that bar, Dave, but you still put out, buddy. It doesn't matter. You thought I was a chick. But anyway, here is Greg doing the introduction for Pink Sock Podcast.
Hello, guys. Welcome to the Pink Sock Podcast. I am not your host, Adam Gorak. And Mike, Tony, where are you guys?
We're not here yet. We're not ready. We need to put clothes on. Continue.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Come on, man.
I had to. I told Greg, I'm like, you're gonna do the intro. It's all in good fun. Dave's like blowing up the chat with our personal stories. I just love fucking with Greg. I don't know why. It's just something I love to do. Like, for instance, when I did this, I didn't tell him that I was going to have him on the screen for this. I told him the last one that he's doing the introduction. The next episode, I did not tell him that I was going to do this. You gonna do the intro?
I'm good.
Move your lips. Welcome to Pink Sock Podcast. I'm your host, Dwayne the Rock. You smell. I just love fucking with that guy. He's so cool. I love you, Greg. I hope you watch this episode. We do talk a lot of shit on this show sometimes, mostly on Motley Crue. So hopefully I never have them on the show. But we had my buddy, your buddy, our good friend, Scotty Hagan on the show recently. And he and I we nerded out. We talked Star Wars. We talked all kinds of nerdy shit. But we also talked about when Alice toured with Motley Crue, and here's what happened.
Well, I was at the opening date of that tour in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I remember they came on, and I saw a few songs of it, and was like, things were a little rough. And Vince is standing at the edge of the stage. He looked completely medicated. Like, sorry guys. Don't know, the problem, things happen at shows, things, opening night problems. Mick Mars is bitching into his microphone. Oh, like, if I wouldn't be making any mistakes if I could hear my damn in-ears. And it's like, geez, and then the show stopped. And I went to go get something to drink, and I noticed it was quiet for a long time. And it turned out that like the kick pedal or something fell off of Tommy Lee's bass drum, and they had to fix that. And I want to say the lights were up during that whole portion of the show. It was like, what kind of train wreck is going on in there right now?
Most people see Motley Crue twice after the STDs show up.
I gotta say that the tour didn't get any better. The Scotty show was great. David, I was not a fan of Motley Crue. I saw them twice. Like, I was a fan of their recorded stuff. But my favorite Motley record is still John Corabi's. I will say that time and time again. Great band. But I'm not a fan of the Chipmunks vocals. I'm not a big fan of it. Not at all. We did have another great guest on the show. We're going to have him back. Great guest. He worked with the likes of Elton John, Freddie Mercury. He also has his own great organization, the Drive Foundation. So here he is.
Supposedly behaving myself. and studying to be a commercial airline pilot because I love flying. There's a guy at school with me. We started the school band, and we weren't very popular, and the whole music thing was sneaking up on me. I didn't know. And then I started to go out with this girl who was a local. Her father built Elton John's house back in 1972. And we ended up going around there for dinner. I was 17. And then we bumped into each other again. Elton and I bumped into each other again at the local gas station where he was filling up his car. And he said, look, we've got a space on the British tour, the 1972 British tour. And hi, Lindsay. And I took the job, and I never went back to school. I stayed in the music industry. From working with Elton, I got to know Gus Dudgeon and Ken Scott, and these guys are world famous. Poor old Gus has gone now, but they looked after Elton John, David Bowie, Mark Bolan, all these sort of people, and they encouraged me to get into the studio business. So I joined what was Universal back in September 1972. I know I don't look old enough, but I joined as a tea boy, which means you make the tea and you sweep the floor. And after working there and working my way up through tape operator and recording engineer and all the rest of it, I eventually got given a production by somebody in Universal. And 8 years from joining, I had a #1 record with George Michael and Wham.
Like, that's incredible. I love Steve, and I hope to have him back on the show next year. We're going to talk about the Drive Foundation, mental health. I know this show's a lot of comedy, a lot of laughs, but we also get serious from time to time. Love that guy. He did a great job on the show. I had a lot of fun with him on here, and it was great. Great fun. Now, without further ado, I do have one more. We had Rev of Only Flesh on here. Great guest. But this is him talking about being in the movie Martown. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But he was talking about when he was in the movie Martown. This guy hangs from hooks and everything else. But here we go. Hey, you're in the movie Martown?
Yeah.
How'd that come about?
I don't even remember how it came about, but we do have a bit part. It's actually me and my wife. We got cast in it. They wanted, I believe, we got hit up because they wanted fire breathers, and so me and my lady, we went there, and the scene that we got, the main scene that they wanted us for, there was like this chanting, and they were going to burn this witch, and it was raining, and they weren't expecting rain, and it was really windy. And when you film stuff for like a movie or a music video, it's like hurry up and wait, and then you have to do things over and over and over again. So we were it was super cold out, so we had like, our coats on, and I had like, gloves, and I'm breathing fire, and then they're like, okay, again. I had like a jug of fluid that I was spitting, and I went through that whole jug. We had a backup. We went through all of that, and as I'm doing it, like, since the wind, like, one, you're not supposed to breathe fire and wind because it's not smart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the smartest guy, so win for them. But as I'm doing, I'm just, my like glove and my sleeve is getting just coated in fluid, like fuel. And by the end of it, like, I'm breathing fire. They yell cut. I have to put down my torch. I then have to put my arm in my jacket to put out my arm, and then get ready for the next take. And and like I can't, like, I'm running out of cloth to block myself from burning myself. So you guys got to get this in a couple more takes. And then I remember seeing the movie, and of course, you do these scenes, and you end up like in it for like 2 seconds. So
I've heard of that happening. Like it sucks when that happens. But Rev, you risked your body for 5 seconds. Hi, Funky. Thank you for joining in the chat. Thank you, Mar. Thank you, David Rattenberry. Thank you, Vic. Thank you, Anders. Thank you, everyone. All the Pink Socketeers, those who didn't make it, thank you. I do have a video that was sent to me. I might get emotional during this, but I would like to thank you guys for this video. It's a thank you message from the Pink Socketeers, and I have to share this. If it wasn't for all of you guys, I wouldn't still be here. I wouldn't still be doing this. I truly appreciate you, and I love each and every one of you. So without further ado, And I would also like to thank Ryan Roxy too and everyone at the RGA, because if it wasn't for you guys, Ryan allowed me on his live streams. He allowed me to promote, and I truly appreciate him for that. So without further ado, here is the thank you message from you guys.
Mike Usnick, boss. I've escaped from backstage and I was getting ready for the Pink Sock staff party, and then I remembered nobody's allowed to go anywhere. So I guess I'm going to have to drink this all myself. Anyway, my friend, I just wanted to congratulate you on a great first year of Pink Sock. It's been amazing. And thanks for giving us an escape from the insanity by bringing us your own insanity. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, be hugely proud of all you've achieved this year, mate. The list of guests you've had is hugely impressive. Get this. Ryan Roxy, Vic Chalfont, Scotty Hagan, Dave Rattenbury, Brandon Powers, Steve Brown, Brian Duffy, Ashley Grant, Justin Sanford, Nathan Kepner, Fernando de la Cruz, Guy McCourt, Rocky Johnson, and some of our own Pink Socketeers, Garak, Joe, Hannah, Funky Kanak, and I'll thank me as well. Yeah, why not? I'll just thank me. Anyway, congratulations. Be proud of all you've achieved, and let's see where things go in 2021. You're off to Phoenix, so I'm hoping I'm going to meet you in Vegas, and I'm hoping we're going to get some good travel vlogs along the way. So I'm going to go away and drink this. Thank you for the fun. Thank you for the entertainment. Pink Sock in 2021. Let's take it all the way, my friend. And there's some friends of ours who wanted to say a few words to you, so I'll hand over to them. Cheers.
Hey, Mike at Pink Sock Podcast. It's Brian from the Garage Boys here. Thanks so much for having me on a few weeks ago. Great times, good chat, funny as hell, and wish you guys all the best for the new year. 2021 is going to be great. Let's just put this one behind us. It's almost over, and looking forward to a fantastic 2021, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.
Hi, Mike. Congratulations on the show this year. Looking forward to next year for more fun and frolics. Enjoy your day.
Hey, Mike. Thanks for an awesome season 1 of Pink Sock. Really enjoyed it. It's bloody cold up here in Canada. Woohoo! Christmas. And I wanted to wish you a very merry one. Happy New Year. See you season 2.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Oh,
Brandon.
Hi, this is Brandon Powers from Las Vegas, Nevada, wishing you a safe and healthy holiday season right now. I'm in my inflatable winter wonderland. It looks much better at night, kind of like me, or if you're on LSD. Me too. Anyway, Mike, congratulations on an incredible year, incredible show. I'm wishing you the best in 2021. And look at, there's like a fucking little jacuzzi, gingerbread jacuzzi thing going on. They're eating the gingerbread. It's pretty fucking scary. Yeah, man, great show. You're doing awesome. Happy New Year, and be like Santa. Fucking hit the penguins in the head with the fucking mallet already. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is going on?
Only in Vegas.
Whack a penguin.
Ashley.
Hi, Mike. Ashley here from the Stereotypes. Wishing you a wonderful 2021, because 2020 hasn't been the year that we wanted it to be, except for Pink Sock, which has been amazing. And what can I say? Thank you for having me as a guest twice, which has reactivated the Stereotypes and means that we finally finished our debut album after 41 years. So thank you so much, Mike, for helping us and giving us the kick up the arse we needed. Okay, what can I say about Pink Sock? Pink Sock has been fabulous. You've had some wonderful guests. It's been hysterical. I love the insanity of Pink Sock. Keep it going in 2021. And, you know, once you've moved to Phoenix, I think that's it. I think it's going to take off, and I think you're going to be a superstar. So stick with it. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and happy, merry Pink Sock all the time. I love you. Bye.
I'm back again, and that was a cat.
Hey, Mark, wanted to congratulate you on the Pink Sock podcast. And thanks for all the laughs. And we'll be looking forward to seeing you in 2021.
Hey, Mike. Thanks for the laugh. Thanks for the giggles. Have a wonderful Christmas. Defo, see you in the new year.
Hey, Mike, Kathy, and everyone at the Pink Sock. Thanks for having me on this year. Had so much fun. Really want to do it again. Let's get a date in the diary because I think 2021 is going to be so much better than 2020. 2020 was a good year for a lot of us. It was a bad year for pretty much everyone, but we made it the best we could. I'd like to think that people like yourself, like Ryan, our whole sort of internet community came together, made the best of a bad year. And I think 2021 is going to be great because of things like this. So love to be back. Thanks for having me on. Have a great holidays and I'll see you soon.
Hey, brother. It's your good friend Gorak here.
Is he on the shitter?
Just want to say congratulations on your podcast, Pink Sock, for 2020. And I would also like to say thank you for letting me be a part of your show for the last couple of episodes. It's always a blast hanging out with you guys, even though it's like at 4 a.m. in the morning, but it's so worth it. And I'm looking forward to 2021. So, yeah, man, take care and Happy New Year.
Love you, buddy. Don't forget to flush.
Hi, Mike Husnick. Arlesino here. I was told it's the time of year when you start to wrap things up, so I thought I'd pop in to do a little greeting for you. Ain't gonna be no big fancy speeches, but you know, it has to be said. Pink Sock Podcast. Wow. I mean, you, Tony, Adam Gorak, Kathy and Ashley Grant, the chat, all the amazing guests. Man, what a crazy fun ride it's been so far. And I do appreciate it. I truly do. So thank you, Mike. Ain't much more to say except for, you know, stay true, stay you. Now, yeah, mind those damn train wrecks, okay? And, well,
Sure is a train wreck.
happy holidays, a happy new year. Take care of yourself. Bye, Mike.
Mike Husnick, happy holidays, my friend, and congrats on your hard work this year on the Pink Sock podcast. I've actually written you a song. I hope you like it. It's a ballad, and it goes like this. Just for you.
Hey, Mike, I would just like to say thank you for having me on the podcast this year. I'd like to wish you and the Pink Sock crew a very happy holiday season and all the best going into 2021. I hope it's great. Thanks, man.
Hey guys, Vic here, just saying congratulations on the first year of your Pink Sock podcast. It's awesome, and you can see Stanley is super excited about it. Hey Stanley, you want to watch Pink Sock? Congratulations on a great show.
Mike Husnick. we got to know each other through an Instagram live that was happening. I guess it was Funky Almadina, and it was so cool. We interacted for the first time, and we were laughing like crazy, talking ducks and whatnot, crazy animal things, and that was my first interaction.
They have a
with
corkscrew
Mike
penis, by the
Husnick.
way.
And later on, we became friends. And Pink Sock podcast, that's how I came to know. In the very first interaction, I got to know what Pink Sock was. Gosh. And, you know, it has been an incredible journey to see him grow his podcast and even his own journey, the personal journey and emotional journey. The guy has been working really fantastically. So I'm really happy to call him my friend. And, you know, it's really amazing. And, well, what I'd like to tell him is that, you know, life goes on at its own pace. And whatever pace he is going at right now, it's phenomenal. So keep going, and my best wishes are with him always. Love, light, peace to him always. And before anything else, we are friends first. So that's all I want to say. And may the new year bring new hope, a new life, and much, much more happiness, health, peace, and everything most and more. So that's what I wish.
Hey Mike, it's Funky. I want to thank you for all you've done for me and my show, for your friendship. I'm so happy to know you and have you as a friend. And I also have to say that I'm very, very proud of you. Your show, I can say that I've been here since almost the very beginning, and I've seen the way it has changed and improved, and I'm really, really proud of it and of all the people that have joined our family. So I wish you happy holidays and a much better 2021.
Hi, Mike. Just to
Betty.
you and to the Pink Sock podcast. I wish you to have a peaceful and joyful holiday season and an awesome and positive 2021. Much love to you. Bye.
Oh, who the fuck's this guy?
Life is beautiful. Yeah. What's in your stocking, Pink Sock?
Oh, that guy. Kept it short and sweet. Thank you, everyone, for that touching video. It means a lot to me. Thank you all. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to try to find out who that last guy was. That somehow snuck into the video. I'm not sure. It might have been Feta. No, but I noticed something. David was in there, and he said he wanted to come on very soon. And how much sooner can it be?
Yeah, I just realized that when I watched it. Yeah. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Yeah, good. I mean, as you can see, I'm hatless. You know, this is a day off. This is, you know, I thought. Yeah.
I saw that.
I'm like one of those reverse celebrity people. I don't put a hat on and all that to go out. I take that off, and that's me normal. You know, the beard detaches. You know, it's like,
yours does too. Mine just comes right off.
Yeah. It's like a Velcro thing. You apply it each morning, and then you know.
When I wake up, I look like Dr. Evil, but whenever I go out about the day, I look like a bearded Weird Al.
See, Federica has written, "Hi Dave, new hair." It's not new hair. It's just hair. You know? Like, although Fedi has known me since long before I started wearing the hat, so she does remember me with spiky hair. So.
You wake up with Rod Stewart hair.
Yeah, but not Rod Stewart.
By the way, he didn't have to have his stomach pumped. By the way, we covered that on an episode.
Yeah, that myth goes around about a lot of people. In England, you'll mostly hear that myth about the lead singer of Soft Cell. No, Mark Almond.
Oh,
you know Soft Cell, the '80s band.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That rumor goes around about him. Oh, and also Boy George from Culture Club.
That one's the one I remember.
That urban legend has gone around about them for years in England. I've never heard it about Rod Stewart, but it figures, you know. Like
there's actually a interview with Rod Stewart on Howard Stern, of course, and Howard asked him about it. Like he flat out asked him about it, and Rod's like, "Oh, that rumor's been going around about a lot of us, hasn't it?" It was like, "It's me, Elton John. You've got." He started naming everybody. He's like, "I don't think that's medically possible."
Yeah. Well, maybe he was just naming everyone that was in the room at the time.
He's like, "I'm trying to remember everyone that was there."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't think the guy of Soft Cell did it, because he did that song Tainted Love. Oh no, wait, Tainted Love. Never mind. Sometimes
I see what you did there.
Sometimes I feel I've got to pump my gut. I think it might.
So how are you getting on then? What's this? My wife's taking a photo of me from over there. What are you doing?
I'm taking a photo of you from over
Okay. So how has it gone? Like, how has your first year gone, Mike? How do you think it's? Are you happy with it? Oh, look at this guy. This guy can't have me on screen and not have him on the screen.
I would have been here sooner.
This isn't the trenches, Vic. This isn't the trenches.
Sorry, I would have been here sooner. I was getting my stomach pumped.
So how's your year been, Vic?
Let's give that guy.
No, seriously, though, how's your year been, Vic?
Oh, it's been wonderful, amazing.
So how was your Christmas, guys?
My Christmas was great. I mean, it sucked that I couldn't see any family because of the lockdown rules here in England. But basically, me and my wife just sat on the sofa, had Alexa on, playing random smooth jazz playlists, and I just sat and read. I got through about 2 compendiums of The Walking Dead. I literally read for like 9 hours. So,
while listening to smooth jazz.
You know.
Is Walking Dead a book or like a graphic novel?
It's like a graphic novel. So you know the TV show Walking Dead. It's the comics that was originally based on, but the collected editions. There's like 4 collected books which collect like a couple of years of each one, and I got them in the Black Friday sale it was something like $65 for everything. Cool. For like episode, like issue 1 to the.
I'm working my way through this Michael Bruce book. Whatever there.
Doing your homework.
Yeah, doing homework for next Tuesday.
I thought The Walking Dead was a children's book. I didn't know. I'm reading this book from Mark Manson, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. It's a good book. It's about not giving too much of fucks.
I've got 3 on the go at the moment. I've got The Walking Dead graphic novel. Mm-hmm. I've got one called Bullshit Jobs by David Graeber, which is about all of the useless jobs that exist in the world, where basically if it's quite an in-depth thing, but it's all about all those jobs where if they disappeared tomorrow, no one would know. Like literally, it's all people telling stories about how they go to work every day and feel like they contribute nothing to society, and no one would miss them, and they want to go and do something more fulfilling with their life. It's quite interesting. And I'm also reading a Star Wars tie-in novel from like 1998, just because The Mandalorian's been on, and it's got me revisiting the books from when I was younger.
I've always thought like about that Jobs thing about doing an episode, but then I'd get like messages from people that fist sheep. They're like, I feel like I'm contributing to society.
Well, I mean, just change the animal, and it really would be a bullshit job, wouldn't it? How was your Christmas, Vic?
That wasn't bad. We didn't do a lot. Just went and visited my uncle. I'm actually pretty excited, though. He ended up giving me an old amplifier and turntable that are just amazing condition, and he gave me about 200 old albums that are in pristine condition.
Dude.
Some have only been played like once.
That is, what kind of albums? Like,
dude,
any offhand?
Yeah, I'll show you a couple of them.
I like how Stanley's missing, but there's still a pillow.
There's still a pillow of him there, yeah.
Where he lays.
Yeah, just in case you were wondering, you know.
He's down here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this was one of the ones in his collection. And
Muscle of Love.
Yeah,
cool.
It's in edition. I got some Bowie, old Grateful Dead. All these Rolling Stones.
Oh, badass.
Frank Zappa Apostrophe. This thing's only been played probably once.
That's a good album.
Yeah, I would only have played that once as well. So.
Oh, dude, come on. Frank Zappa's awesome.
You listen to jazz and you don't like Zappa? What the hell's
No,
wrong
you know what? Listen to is the wrong word there. we had it on in the background, so I wasn't listening to it. Like, it was literally just kind of white noise, because it's weird when you sit in silence.
Did you see those people that are turning metal bands into smooth jazz?
No. Oh, I've seen like that guy called Richard Cheese he's been doing it for like 20 years.
Oh no,
and he does
guy...
like swing versions of metal songs.
Yeah, Dick Cheese. I love Dick Cheese. But no, they have this guy. He turned Korn into a smooth jazz band. Like they did a live video, and they used the Jonathan Davis's vocals, but they turned the instrumentals into smooth jazz. And it's really weird.
Wow.
And then another guy turned Cannibal Corpse into Radio Disney. They kept the video, but they changed the audio completely to sound like a Disney song.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
All this vinyl talk, man. We should make a show. That's an original idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure it's not being done anywhere else. I actually have a question for Mike. Who would your dream guest be on the show? If you could pick anyone, they've got to be alive, but if you could pick anyone alive currently now to be an interview on your show.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Wow. Good choice.
Either Ozzy or Alice.
Cool.
But with Ozzy, it'd be kind of hard for me because I know, same with Alice, I've heard so much about their career that I would want to pick something that they've never been asked before.
Yeah, we were actually talking about that in our meeting earlier. Like, when you get to a certain level and you've been around for long enough, there comes a point where every interview you give, you kind of know what's coming.
Oh, no. So, dream interview. I change it. Not a musician. Jim Carrey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think he'd be good.
I think you'd do Stephen Wright.
Stephen Wright. He'd come on here. He'd be like, quote. So right before the interview ends, I can say end quote.
What's one of my favorite Stephen Wright jokes is that I spilled spot remover on my dog and now he's gone.
When I went and saw him, he knew that he was doing a lot of older jokes. So like 10 minutes into the show, he was like, so these aren't my clothes. I got my bags mixed up at the airport, and the last week I was wearing a dress, and that was before my clothes got mixed up at the airport. And people started dying laughing, and he's like, that's not like the other jokes now, is it? And he continued.
How about you, Vic? Who would your dream interview be?
For this show or in the trenches?
just in general. If it was the Vic Chalfont show and you could pick anyone to interview, who would it be?
God, I'd probably go with Alice, just because I think that'd be awesome. But I know all the answers already.
This is the thing.
I would have some questions that I've never heard people ask him, and so I was.
But I'll bet you even they're out there somewhere.
What's that?
I bet you even those questions are out there somewhere.
Probably. I was doing some research for this Michael Bruce show and trying to find some things that maybe haven't been discussed so much. But who knows? Maybe somebody watching has some ideas.
I don't know who mine would be. I really don't. I don't know.
I would want to pick somebody that don't have a lot out there, but yet is big. Like not a lot of interviews.
I'd want to go for someone who was like historical. Like a president. Not that one, but like a president, or like
which one?
Like royalty, or someone who did something historic, or like a pope or something, because there's nowhere to go after that. It's like, dude, I've done my interview, boom, that's it. You
want to interview Pope?
Yeah, a pope, any pope, doesn't matter which pope. The
current
pope, even.
Bill Clinton. How about that one?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, whatever he got, and to be fair, he's going to have some stories, but he's still a president.
Mostly the Oval Office is involved.
Yeah, but the thing is, with these people, you know what their answers are going to be. They're going to be really bland, and they're not going to expose themselves too much.
Yeah. Bill Clinton will.
He might.
I know Bill Clinton would definitely expose himself. We've been through this 20 years ago, Vic. Wow, that's me getting sued for libel.
That's like saying Louis C.K. would never expose himself. What are you talking about, Vic?
We don't have that. We don't have Louis C.K. in England, so I don't know who that is.
Oh, Louis C.K. was Louis C.K. is only exclusive to America. No, Louis C.K. is a stand-up comedian in America that was pretty big. He was on Saturday Night Live and stuff.
Let me Google him, see if I recognize his face.
And he did a lot of jokes about masturbating in front of people, and then he got busted
in front of people.
And he got busted masturbating in front of people.
Oh, yeah, I've seen him. I don't think I've ever seen him like actually do. But yeah, here we go. The first thing, New York Times: Louis C.K. is accused for 5 women. Yeah, it's like, wow.
Yeah. But it didn't shock anybody because everybody's like, he joked about it. So yeah, I mean,
it is strange when someone brings up a subject and it's like, you talk about that a lot,
right?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, really?
I believe there's no line in comedy, but sometimes you're like, they're probably being serious when they joke about that thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And there's like, when you watch any old-timey Sherlock Holmes type film, any crime film from like the 40s or 50s, there's always that thing where it's like they kind of want to tease the people chasing them. So maybe that was his way, joking about it was his way of going, I'm going to talk about this, and what you all don't know is that I mean it. And then eventually he does get caught.
That's like Bill Cosby used to joke about drugging women back in the 60s and 70s.
And this is it. And was that him kind of saying, yeah, I'm gonna play with you now. I'm gonna joke about this, and you don't know that I mean it.
Yes.
That's what you should do sometime for Pink Sock. Let someone drug you and knock you out and molest you.
No, live on the air. What's wrong with you?
It's perfect for this show.
Let's just not do this.
Wow, it's like this is a different Vic to the Vic that we know. This isn't the Vic that where is this coming from, man?
This is Pink Sock. It just brings it out of you.
This is the dark side of Vic.
It's what we talk about when we're practicing guitar, watching your videos.
And we don't have pants on. But anyway. So going back to the whole vinyl thing, you said you ran into some rare vinyls. I thought you're going to laugh at this. Buddy of mine was like, hey, my uncle passed away. He gave me these comic books. Let's go through them. I'm like, okay. And they're like usual comic books, like Spider-Man, blah, 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 blah. I get to the last one, The Adventures of Barack Obama. the comic book.
What the hell?
I'm like, how many is in this series? Because I really want to read. So speaking of being drugged, Tony wants us to interview Bill Cosby at a Starbucks, but I don't think that's possible.
Is he allowed? Like, as
long as it's not cool.
I don't know. I told him, I'm like, it might be even easier to get what's his name? Fuck, I forget his name now. The guy that was on House of Cards.
Oh, Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, get Kevin Spacey at a Boy Scouts of America convention. That'd be a lot easier.
I visited. I can't remember which studio it is, but one time when I was in LA, and it was after that whole Kevin Spacey stuff. I went to the studio where Ellen films, and in the waiting room, where like the audience like hangs out before they're let into their seats, there's a picture of the famous selfie she took of all the people at the Oscars, and you can put your face in it and be part of the selfie. Except he's still in the photo, and I'm just like, has no one thought to kind of airbrush him out and put or like at least obscure him somehow, because he's still there. Like all of the audience members who's posed with that thing are still like stood there like with Kevin Spacey next to them, and it's just you would think they just like Photoshop him out and then rehang the photo.
Rewrite history.
We could
just rewrite history.
Yeah, the thing is, it's not rewriting history though. It's like it's for a tourist attraction. Like take your selfie with Ellen on the wall. That's not, it's not like we're saying it didn't happen, but I think it's kind of a whole thing of.
I got a joke for the British crowd.
Go on.
We should airbrush Kevin Spacey out and put Jimmy Savile. was like,
Oh, the Jimmy Savile thing, man. And what was crazy about that, and this is something that kind of plays into the whole Harvey Weinstein thing over there, is how many people seem to know about it.
Mhm.
Like, seem to kind of. I mean, there were a lot of people who had a suspicion. So, like, my wife's mum used to work in like entertainment halls in London back in like the 70s, 60s, 70s, and she met Jimmy Savile. She worked with him a few times, and she knew there was something off about him. But she didn't know. She just was like, I don't like this guy. There's something off about this guy. But then if you look at other things where there's a sketch show called Mitchell and Webb. Have you ever seen the show Peep Show?
That's a weird show for Jimmy Savile to be on, but no.
Right, no. So there's a show called Peep Show. But anyway, the two comedians in it, they have a sketch show. And one of their sketches was a news report. And it kind of cuts in at the end of the previous news report. And it's just him saying, you think you know someone, and then they go and do something like that. But the picture behind him is Jimmy Savile. And people, when it all came out, people were like, was this them trying to like speak out without being, because you do hear a lot, and it's coming out a lot about Harvey Weinstein, the people who knew about it, but were then basically sued into silence to say, if you tell anyone, you're done,
It's the same thing with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
And he had more he had politicians and shit involved.
Yeah.
The thing with Jimmy Savile though is like people knew. The singer of the Sex Pistols, Johnny Rotten, was actually on BBC back in like the 70s when Jimmy Savile was huge. And he mentioned it. He mentioned how he likes little kids and blah, 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 blah. And he was banned from the BBC for life. And he was finally brought back like a couple years ago. And he's like, wasn't I fucking right, huh?
Yeah. and it's crazy. I saw a video the other day, and it was Courtney Love at some award ceremony in like 2002 or something, like 20 years ago. And the interviewer says, Courtney, do you have any tips for any aspiring young woman wanting to move to Hollywood and become a star? And she says, I can't really say it or I'll get sued. Fuck it. If Harvey Weinstein invites you to a hotel, invites you to a party at such and such hotel, don't go. And she walks off. That's literally what she says.
Seth MacFarlane said something like that when he was doing one of the award ceremonies in 2008, I think it was. He was like, started naming the female actresses that was going to win the award. And he's like, whoever wins this award no longer has to sleep with Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
It's
some truth in the jokes.
And how about the award ceremony with what's that British comedian's name? The guy that was in the original.
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, when he did that fucking show. Did you watch that? When he did that award show, and he just tore into all the celebrities, and then he made fun of Jeffrey Epstein, and he's like, "Oh, fuck off! I know y'all friends with him anyway."
Yeah.
And the camera panned to Tom Hanks,
and he's like,
he was like all uncomfortable.
But it's it's. I mean, I love how topical we're being. I mean, this news story is only like 2 years old. Exactly. We're finally getting around to it.
Well, I just popped on here to wish you guys a happy New Year and a Merry Christmas. And I'm going to go practice a little guitar, I think.
All right.
I need to learn something.
We'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. Hit me up.
All right.
Good seeing you guys. Take care.
See you again, Vic.
We're gonna mention next year how Trump lost the election. We're way behind.
Yeah. By that point, we may get there. Yeah. So I got from that video that you're doing that you just played that you're moving to Phoenix.
Yes, Phoenix, Arizona. That is. It just depends on how this pandemic goes. It's pretty official. It's just I've been in contact with some people that have it. So we'll just see how that pans out.
All right. So like you can't move until you know.
I don't even know how lockdown shit's going to be by then. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That's in another month. Like it's not somebody that I'm really, really close. Like I wasn't kissing on him or anything, but like I just want to be safe.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, I hope when you do go, it does go well.
It's not like it's not like a full-time move. It's just for like a year-long period. We're just going out there and visiting, and my buddy's going to college, which is Tony, who co-hosts. He's going to college out there, and I'm just going along for the ride.
Yeah, why not? You know, yeah. I'll come, man. I'll come.
I've got a lot of good friends out here in Ohio and a lot of family and stuff, and so I'm always going to come back.
See, this is the other thing. It's like, so me and my wife, we visit California quite a lot. We've been to Tennessee, and she's been to other places before she met me. Mm-hmm. And the one thing we struggle to explain to the people back home is how mm-hmm. far away everything is. Mm-hmm. So like the whole of the UK is like the size of California. Mm-hmm. So moving from Ohio to Phoenix would be like us moving to like Germany or Italy or somewhere like that. You know, it's like, you know, so we're looking to move house, but we're literally moving like an hour away from where we are now. So it's a different city, but in you guys' terms, it's like, yeah, you're still local, you know?
But you're not. Yeah, for me, it's hard to explain to people because people are like, you're going to like it out there too much and you won't come back. I'm like, no, Ohio is home. Like even though the weather is shit, I love this place.
Cool. Well,
so is there any words you wanted to say? You just
not really. I just thought I'd come on and say hi, you know, because you're throwing that link out there, and I thought, yeah, I'll be the one that does it. I'll come on and say hey.
Yeah, and everybody's just like, no, camera shy.
Hey, if I can appear without the hat, then you know.
Honestly, next year we need to bring you back on and just bullshit about stuff. I find it funny that you popped up like right before your video.
I thought that was getting played on the last episode, and then I never watched the last episode. So I kind of thought you'd done that video already. And then when I came on and then I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, you know, I could have delivered it in person.
It's the end of the year episode. I might as well. I laughed at the end because I thought Ryan was going to do like. Because I was told that Ryan might be in the video. Kath told me that she sent it out to him, and all it was him just laughing.
That was looking at, yeah. I mean, that was, yeah. I think he, yeah.
I think he had one too many.
just one, yeah. Just one.
How do you eat tea?
See, that's a British thing. That is so. So a lot of British people call dinner tea. So tea is like the main meal in the evening.
You guys are weird.
Yeah, but it's also the hot drink.
I know another word that you guys like, and I finally got my mug.
Oh. Do you know what? It's a weird word over here because it's very frowned upon, but it's not like Antichrist. So like if someone says it in public, people are like, "Oh my God, you can't do that." But if you hear someone say it, it's like, it's not like in America where it's like, and that person lost their job and will never be on television ever again. And, you know, it's... Isn't
there certain places, though, that they just use it freely? Because that's a thing that people say in America that... Because I had this British guy I know a lot of them, obviously. But this one guy I knew, I don't know where he's from, but he used it all the time.
Yeah, you do get that, but that's kind of a class thing. So you find that like the more sort of hardworking and down to earth someone is, the more colorful their language is.
Yeah.
Like, and it's also like the higher you go up the ladder, the more uptight people get. So you're kind of you're like your posh English people, like who live in mansions and all that. In the open, at least, I don't know behind closed doors because I don't know any of them. But in the open, at least, they're very proper, very, you know, can't be saying things like that.
I plan on doing a full episode for the American listeners of just all my British friends tearing apart all the things that people think about Britain and America.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy the amount of stuff like that people just don't seem
terms.
to.
We need to also learn some terms.
Do you have any terms that's off the top of your head that you?
No. Kath said she wanted to do a full episode of that, so we should bring you on for that.
Wow. We'll do it. That'd be cool.
But yeah, I've always heard that like in Britain, curse words aren't as frowned upon as in America.
No, it's kind of one of those things where it's something you shouldn't do, but it's not like. So, like, for example, if a newsreader here says the F word on TV, like, everyone takes the piss and everyone has, and like, they get told off and all that. But then a week later, it's forgotten. Whereas in America, from what I understand, if like one of your news anchors said the F word, then they'd be like, FCC would be on the phone, and it, you're now presenting local news in Idaho or somewhere,
But our president can say whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, but even then, he's very careful not to use curse words. He says the craziest, most horrible shit, but he doesn't use the F word when he says it. And that's one thing we, as English people, we can't grasp about America. Like you can show Game of Thrones where there's like people getting cut to pieces and there's tits and all that. But then if someone says the word fuck, you're like my child heard you say this word, and I'm like,
you just ruined for me. All I imagine is the Queen coming out and saying, "Oh, we need to fucking do this."
See, the Queen's more classy than that. The Queen would come out and say something very proper, and then as she turned away from the camera, she'd be like, "Oh, thank fuck, that's over." You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? It's like British people are very sort of like what they say behind closed doors and what they say out in the open is very different. And I mean, people are like that anyway. But in Britain, it's a real thing where like the things you say and do around your friends and the things you say and do out in the open are very like, In fact, there's people I know who would swear like crazy in the house, but if they were like in the supermarket and they heard someone swearing, they'd go, "Oh, that's terrible." You know what I mean?
We're gonna get to this, but what the hell's this?
Wazzock. I've heard Wazzock before. I don't know where it comes from. I'm guessing the second word is a mix-up of two others, which is kind of lazy, You're
like, I'm not gonna say either one of them.
Yeah, but that's the British, man. That's the British in me. Yes, yeah. See, yeah. But it's really it's crazy how, to us anyway, we don't understand how American TV will show all kinds of graphic imagery.
Yeah.
But then they don't like swear words. Or conversely, you'll get some of them where it'll be like, you can show like Walking Dead, literal hundreds of dead bodies walking around being hacked apart. But if there's a slip of a nipple in there, well, it's disgusting that my child could see this, and I'm, and it's like.
I never understood why the female nipple is a problem, but men can walk around. Basically, like heavier men can walk around. They have tits.
See, you're looking at. Yeah, see that's a very deep conversation to go into, and we don't have the time for that. We can break it down if you want, but
But thank you for being a guest on the show, and
yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me at literally no notice. I just went, yeah, I'm coming on. Click.
anyone can come on the show at any given time.
So who else in here? I see Nick's in here.
Andrew's
Naomi
here, Nick, Joe Bashir.
Feddy's in here. Good, always good to see Feddy. We've I've known Feddy a while. We had dinner together in London. We've got some rock and roll stories. Who else we got?
Nick. Twat waffle.
Yeah. Happy New Year to you, Anders. So that Anders brings up a good point. I'll help you wrap this up, Mike.
Okay.
Let us say, what are our New Year's resolutions? Because we're not going to keep them anyway, so we can say whatever we want. So, what New Year's resolutions shall we say? And comments as well. Throw in your New Year's resolutions.
I think I have a new co-host. No, my New Year's resolution is just growing the show to be bigger and better, since I'm going to more than likely be out in Phoenix. I'm going to leave flyers in California and Vegas and shit, and hope to build the listeners so that when I come back to Ohio, we're bigger than ever. And get Jim Carrey on the show, because I won't be able to keep that New Year's resolution anyway.
See, interestingly, your resolution's the opposite of mine, because I am now currently bigger than ever. and I'd like to kind of circle back a bit. So essentially, the Nita Strauss course that I paid for back in September, I'm going to actually do it in January, like on my own. You know what I mean?
I also plan on learning guitar a little bit better because I'm not that good at it.
I've been planning on that every year for about 20 years, so you've got plenty of time.
I plan on growing my beard out longer, but I don't know if that's a New Year's resolution or not.
Mine keeps getting a bit longer, but then it gets kind of like really
that's my issue.
all over the place, and I have to wear a mask at work, so it gets uncomfortable. So I just keep trimming it back to here.
Yep, that's pretty much where I'm at. I keep growing my beard out, and I'm like, I want to shave it, but I look awful shaved. I look weird. I
can't imagine you completely shaved.
There are pictures, and I will show you sometime. But for my graduation when I was in high school, I had hair like this. The last day of school, right before graduation, I shaved everything and showed up to graduation bald with no beard.
Like a proper Dr. Evil sort of look.
Yeah. And everyone was like, who's the new guy? And they heard my voice like, what the fuck happened to him?
I did that when I was younger. In fact, I have it literally here, so I can find it very quickly. But when I was younger, when I was 15, this is me when I was 15.
Oh boy, who's that girl?
Yeah, so you can see how long my hair is and stuff there.
Yeah.
It eventually made it down to like here. And when I and then I used to go to this rock night. There was like an under 18s rock night, and I was like 15, and I'd go there, and I literally shaved all my beard off, cut my hair down to sort of here, like a bit of like a Pulp Fiction John Travolta sort of length, and then dyed it black. And I literally had two friends of mine stood by the bar going,
"Who's that?"
And I literally got up and went over to them and went, "It is me." And they were just like, "You look so strange." But now, because I've had like shorter dark hair and all that for so long, I've shown that to people who know me recently, and they're like, "Nah, that's not you. That's some other dude," you know.
When you growing it out again?
Yeah, not happening.
Oh, come on now.
Nah, it's crazy. Oh, one of the next photos on my roll. You know how your man earlier was saying about how you film loads and loads and loads and loads of stuff, and then you're in it for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, a few years ago, and this is completely unrelated to Ryan or anything. It's complete sheer fluke. A guy I was working with at the time, I ended up being a zombie in Alice Cooper's Halloween show, but not on the stage. He did it he decorated the venue, and he had like live actors, like fire breathers and all that. And I was a zombie, and there's my get up.
That's awesome.
And they filmed us for ages and ages and ages, and none of it is in the final broadcast. They cut straight to the show. They cut straight to the show, and none of it's in it.
I don't get why they do that. Just take what you're wanting to use.
Yeah, this is it. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I still got paid, because the thing is, we were kind of like live decorations. So all the people who came in to see the show still sort of saw us, and it was like a live thing, really. But yeah, there was like fire breathers, snake handlers. There was like food trucks all around. It was kind of like a carnival before you got into the venue. And yeah, it was on Sky Arts or something like that. But yeah, so I too have been in that situation where you do loads of filming and then
that would drive me nuts. But at least you got paid.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, I was going to go to the show anyway. Like my friend Steve, he was we were working on this like independent zombie film, and someone called him saying, "We need some zombies for this concert in London." And he said to me, "Oh, Dave, do you want to go down?" I was like, "Who is it?" And he goes, "Alice Cooper." And I was like, "Yeah, of course." Yeah. It's like, do I get to go to the show? They're like, "Yeah," you know. So literally at the end of the, I think the support band was New York Dolls, and
good band. And
basically once they finished, we could go and take our makeup off and go and see the show. And it was.
Is there any other horror rock bands that you enjoy or musicians that you enjoy?
Rob Zombie. Yeah, me and Steve went to see Rob Zombie. I've seen Rob a few times now.
How about Wednesday 13? Ever listen to him?
No, I've heard a lot about him.
He's really good. He was the singer of Murder Dolls.
Yeah, I know who he is. I just never really kind of delved into that.
You should. It's actually really good. It's like a mixture of like he's like a punk rock, Manson, Rob Zombie, Alice Cooper. Like he's a mix of everything. He had Alice on one of his songs recently.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But we're gonna wrap this up. I hope your New Year's resolutions come true.
Hope so.
I hope nobody knows who you are by the end of next year.
Well, I was referring to my weight. Yeah. I hope I look completely different. People are going, "Who's this guy?" You know.
Boy, I will. I haven't. I'll give a little shout out to a workout regimen that I actually was doing for a little while. DDP yoga. Ever do that?
No, but I did hear about it on this Nita Strauss thing because that's part of the thing. I think if you sign up to her thing, you get a discount code for. I don't know, but she promotes it, and yeah, It
helps a lot. DDP yoga has been around for a while. I was a huge wrestling fan growing up, so I'm like, what is this? And it's pretty intense, but it's not like it's weird. It's weird. It's not intense, but it is at the same time.
I remember when I worked on Comic Cons, we had DDP as a guest, and I'll save this for the for my episode if we do another one. I ended up there was like a like the panels you get at Comic Cons. There was a multi wrestler panel, and DDP was one of the guys. And when I got them to the stage, the presenter went, "I don't know shit about wrestling. You do it." And I ended up hosting this panel, and it was really weird. But anyway, he talked about it then, and a couple of the guys on the crew he showed them a bit, and they were all in the hotel bar like the next day going, I feel like,
There's actually a ton of people that do it. Like Rob Zombie does it. Like a lot of people do it. Chris Jericho, if you're a wrestling fan, he did it, and it actually pretty much saved his career.
Yeah, because didn't he have like a really bad injury? I mean, I don't follow wrestling. I never had satellite television, so since like 2003, 2004, anything I know about wrestling has been either through jobs I've worked or through friends that have talked about it, like in front of me, So I did hear that he had to quit for a while because he had an injury or something.
In 2008 or 9, I think, he got his back injured by a power bomb or something. I forget the full story. And he was told his career is pretty much over. And DDP's like, that's bullshit. He's like, I got my neck injured, and I was told I'd never wrestle again. I won 3 world titles. So Jericho went and was pretty much the same age DDP was when he got injured. He did the DDP yoga, and he's still wrestling today, just as good as he did in the 90s. Even though people pick on him now because they're saying he's getting pudgy, but the dude's 50 and he's still wrestling. So
yeah, I mean, when I did that Comic Con with him, it was probably about 7 or 8 years ago, and he was still looking good then, like considering how old and how battered he must be,
Well, Jericho is he gained a few pounds. DDP's in great fucking shape. He could probably still wrestle if he really
I meant DDP. I meant DDP. Yeah. Did you mean Jericho?
Yeah, Jericho put on some pounds.
I don't know what he looks like.
People are picking on him, but I'm like, dude, he wrestles better than you probably could. So quit picking on the guy.
Yeah, people need to get over this whole thing about the weight of people. I mean, look at Luciano Pavarotti. He's one of the fattest guys you've ever seen, but he had a hell of a career. You know what I mean? Like
Andre the Giant was not in the best of shape.
Yeah, Andre the Giant. I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did, and he had a hell of a career. It's,
But we could do this for hours. We could do this for hours. But
yeah, let's wrap it up and do this again.
Because we could talk for days.
Yeah.
But I would like to thank everyone, including our loyal Pink Sock.
I'm going to say goodbye and give you the floor to say goodbye to everyone. So, thank you.
Thank you.
See you soon. Happy New Year. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays and great health, bud.
Thank you. You too, man.
No problem. It has been a crazy year, guys. But if it wasn't for COVID and all the negatives, there wouldn't have been positives. Like we wouldn't have had this show. We wouldn't have had Roxy's show in the trenches. We wouldn't have had any of that. We wouldn't have had the Voice It show. We wouldn't have came together. None of this would have been possible. So thank you everyone for that video. It got me a little emotional when I first saw it because I didn't realize that many people actually watched this shit show. But on a positive note, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you to our loyal Pink Socketeers. And I hope we all have an amazing 2021. And I hope this virus goes the fuck away so I can interview people in person, like this guy. I can interview them in person. He's back there like, what the hell? But yeah, thank you guys. Here's to another amazing year. The beginning of the year, we have Anna from Rock Dance Theater to bring in the new year. Thank you guys so much. I love each and every one of you. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely new year, and I'll see you all next year. Love you all. Bye. Remember, live long, rock hard.